no idea why we stopped here. Good morning everyone. Our last day in Cornwall, standing in front of St. Miguel's Mount. No one here at 6:45 in the morning, and it smells a little bit more fishy here than in other places in Cornwall. But the great thing about St. Miguel's Mount is that you can walk to the island, but only during low tide, which is at the moment. And I think after 9:30 the water should go over the path, and then you can only reach the island by a boat. Originally, St. Miguel's Mount was a Cornish counterpart of the Mont Saint-Michel in Normandy, France, functioning as a monastery and one of the 43 unabridged tidal islands you can walk to in Britain. It's quite fascinating to see how nature works. Low tide, high tide, places where you can walk to now, places where you can't walk to in a couple of hours. Fascinating thing, nature. So, if you want to visit St. Miguel's Mount, there's different information that you will find online. Nowadays, you can't visit this area for free anymore. You need to pay for that as well. And if you want to visit this, you can either buy a ticket to the garden for £10 or for the castle for £14, or you buy a combi ticket, which is £24. But the walkway till this point is still free to visit. We just came back 1.5 hours later than we were this morning, and now it's blocked with the water and you can't even stand that long. It's like the high tide is slowly coming in. It's 3 hours away from really high tide, but already I'm standing here for 30 seconds I guess, and the water is now coming in already, and we were just standing there a minute ago, so it can go really fast. I think half an hour later this will be completely covered. From St. Miguel's Mount we are driving back to London, but not before we make some stops on the way. The first one is still located in Cornwall, Truro, a cathedral city. Mainly it has a very nice and very typical English town centre, with the shops you would expect in a British village. After this stop it was time to reach Dawlish, a traditional seaside town. Unfortunately its golden sand beach was under construction, but it still gives you a beautiful view of the train passing right next to the coastline. Its city centre itself is a peaceful and relaxed, with a great green park with a lovely stream through it in the middle of the shopping street. And there is Milton Abbas. Why did we stop here? I have no idea why we stopped here, but at least it's better than a service point I guess, and it's peaceful. But I had to hold my pee for over an hour, so I hope to find a service point soon. Milton Abbas has a population of 755 people. Was built after the old town was demolished in the 1770s, said to be the largest such project in England at the time. But at least it was a great way to stretch our legs before we finally reached back home again and had a great trip through Cornwall.